Hello everyone, my name is Edward Johnson and I'm here to present AIrtist, a VR framework for interactive engagement with cultural heritage using stroke-based neural rendering. The goal is to move beyond passive viewing by turning paintings into guided VR experiences. Traditional museums experiences are mostly passive. Visitors can appreciate the artwork, but they rarely engage with it in an interactive and embodied way. Digital museums experiences often focus either on immersive viewing or free-form creation, without structured guidance that helps users understand how complex paintings can be built up. AIrtist addresses this by converting an AI-generated painting process to a guided VR interaction, turning passive viewing into structured participation. The goal is to turn passive art appreciation into guided participation in VR. We do that by using an AI painting model to generate a stepwise reconstruction process, converting that process into human interpretable guides and letting users follow those guides through embodied interaction. The experience happens inside a virtual reality studio built in Unity for the MetaQuest 3. We also include a high-fidelity Van Gogh avatar as a silent historical anchor, and it is silent by design to avoid ethical misrepresentation. The system has two phases. First, the theoretical phase, where the user receives narration about the painting in historical context. An LLM generates a structured script from verified sources and we deliver it through 11 Labs TTS with subtitles. This generation process is done with a standardized prompt, and we pre-generate the script and the TTS to reduce latency from doing this process in real time. Second, the practical phase, where the user paints on a virtual canvas at an easel. The system provides ghost stroke overlays and progression is stepwise and validated. The core technical contribution is the stroke analysis engine, which converts the output of an AI painting agent into guidance that the user can follow in VR. We use a learning to paint, a deep reinforcement learning painting model that generates this painting by adding strokes step by step, producing incremental canvas frames that reconstruct the target image. You can see with the figure on the left, two painting examples. Paintings at point A represent the input paintings, B shows 8 steps of the model, and then C shows 30, all the way to F, that in total is 400 total steps. On the right is an image of our painting step pipeline, where we have the base canvas, then we extract the stroke overlay, we get the stroke vector that we get via PCA, then with this stroke vector, we generate an ellipse, and then the user paints on the ellipse and updates the canvas. During interaction, the user follows guided overlays. The system projects the Go Stroke guide onto the canvas, and the user moves the brush controller to fill it in. The system validates interaction, and only then the stroke is applied. The design intent is structured stepwise engagement where users can see how a complex image is constructed progressively. Now we will show a short demo. Note that in this demo, we have continued our work on the painting process and decided to not use a generated ellipse for every stroke. We choose this as certain strokes being converted to ellipses would misrepresent the painting stroke design, such as strokes that curve. We maintain ellipses for other strokes and are working on a balance to make the painting experience as enjoyable as possible.
Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch painter born in 1853 in the Netherlands. He worked for several years in art dealing before turning toward painting in his late 20s. His earliest works were dark studies of rural life, but after moving to Paris in 1886, he encountered Impressionist and Neo-Impressionist ideas that transformed his use of color and brushwork. Vincent van Gogh painted this work during his stay at the asylum in Saint-Rémy. He looked out from his window at dawn and saw the countryside under a broad sky filled with stars and the crescent moon. Although the village scene is partly imagined, the painting captures his profound engagement with nature and with his own inner state. He used the night sky as a stage for strong emotion, imagining the swirling heavens as a bridge between Earth and something beyond. In his letters, he described seeing the morning star very big above the wheat fields. The cypress tree in the foreground, rising into the sky, suggests yearning and connection. In conclusion, the starry night stands as both a landscape and a vision. Through the choice of viewpoint, the exaggerated cypress, the dramatic sky, and the heavy texture of the paint, Van Gogh transforms what could be a simple view into an emotional and spiritual tableau. The technical means, including impasto, directional brushwork, and a vivid palette, support this expressive intent. The painting invites the viewer to feel the turbulence of the sky, the silent village under the stars, and the longing of the artist reaching beyond the visible world.
Our next steps is a user request pipeline to generate guided strokes from a wide array of paintings, multiple stroke budget modes, so short sessions and long sessions, improving immersion, such as with haptics, adding an LLM to converse and answer questions about the paintings, such as techniques used, historical context, and other information, and not rely just on the initial teaching phase, and conduct a full user study. Our contributions are converting AI painting agent outputs into interactive VR guidance, bridging cultural heritage, viewing with structured participation, and demonstrating feasibility for stepwise engagement with complex artworks. Thank you.